Performance Max campaigns are about to be revolutionized forever, and if your e-commerce brand even slightly relies on PMax campaigns, you need to know about this update. Now, this is a brand new update which Google is starting to implement for Performance Max campaigns this upcoming October, and after finding out about this, it literally blew my mind because e-commerce brands which are currently running Performance Max campaigns would also have other types of campaigns running alongside it, like standard shopping or even display campaigns, are going to be either positively impacted or negatively impacted depending on what they do with the information I'm about to give you. So make sure to watch this video until the end. Now, update I'm talking about is this one right here, where basically Performance Max campaigns are now starting to change the way they interact within auctions when it comes to the Google Ads side of things. The process was Performance Max always had higher priority than normal standard shopping campaigns. That's just the way they were made. However, this was leading to a lot of overlap. It was leading to issues within the auctions, and now standard shopping campaigns were completely starting to get overlooked because most brands were running PMax campaigns, and even if they had standard shopping campaigns, it was causing the standard shopping campaigns to not spend as much money. And this is what this update is based around. So to bring kind of more equality back, what Google Ads did is now they made it so that the normal auction dynamics will apply and the campaigns with the highest ad rank will serve. What that means is the campaigns that have the higher quality score, meaning if your standard shopping campaigns have higher ad rank and higher quality score, they will be now prioritized and served over your PMax campaigns. And Google is looking to roll this update out into October, and that's just going to be in time for the holiday season, which again brings a lot more issues because during the holiday season, your main goal will be to scale up that revenue. If you have both Performance Max as well as standard shopping campaigns running, and PMax was doing well before, there's a chance all of a sudden there might be a big shift in the budget that's getting spent and standard shopping campaigns could override. Now, Google itself, in terms of how they think this is going to impact the performance, Google anticipates that there's going to be a neutral or a positive effect on the account level performance. And in a sense, I do agree with Google here. However, there's a big caveat to this, and that is this will only be a positive effect or even a neutral effect for those brands which have taken care of proper product segregation strategies. They've implemented it so the same product is not in multiple different campaigns, and they've gone in and made sure that their product feed is on point. Because before, even if the same product was in a Performance Max and standard shopping, it didn't really matter because the PMax spent money on that product first. Once that was done, then the standard shopping took over. However, now with this update, both have the ability to spend money on that same exact product on the same time, increasing the chances of overlap, increasing the chances of internal bidding. So it's going to be a matter of which has a higher ad rank, which has a higher quality score, and this means there will be a little bit of internal competition going on before Google decides whether to give the win to the PMax campaign and the product within the PMax or to a standard shopping campaign in general. But now this brings me to kind of what this implies for normal advertisers and what I think is going to happen in terms of what this impact will bring about for a lot of the e-commerce brands out there. First and foremost, you want to understand that now this is a positive in a way that it gives you more control back. You no longer have to just rely on PMax campaigns overtaking everything else and just going in and spending a lot of your money, especially if PMax is not the most profitable way for your e-commerce brand. Now you get a little bit of control back. You have the ability to A/B test side by side, not just with PMax and standard shopping, but also other campaign tabs to really see what's driving more of the results. But this also means you'll need better segregation strategies. You'll need a better approach in general, which is where the TPS approach and everything I've been saying so far on my YouTube channel comes into effect. That's going to literally save you from destroying your brand with Google Ads once this effect takes place. Which, by the way, if you need a little bit of extra help scaling your brand to the next level with Google and you already do $1 million a year or more, go on my website at yourmarketing.com and schedule a free call with me, and let's see if we can potentially work together and make that happen. But the kind of benefit of this happening, this update, is that now Performance Max is going to be a little bit less of a black box. Before, PMax was just like more of a retargeting campaign where all you could do was just submit a bunch of products in there, a bunch of assets, and let it retarget basically along with doing cold traffic. And of course, because the way PMax was designed, it would go more after retargeting audiences versus cold traffic. Now, it's not going to be able to do that because it's competing side by side with other cold traffic campaigns, and it no longer has the same priority as these other campaigns, which means it has to work a bit harder to get the sales. But that's where now, if we go back to the fundamentals, anytime there's a big update like this where it has the potential to basically destroy your brand or keep it where it is, you need to go back to the fundamentals, make sure your foundation is so strong that no matter what update comes about, it does not affect your overall results. And in this situation, the fundamentals will always be basically your product feed, your landing page experience, how strong your assets are that you provide to the Performance Max campaign, how good your creatives are. All these are your foundational things, the fundamentals, which basically allows you to override these updates, override these changes, and continue in the same trajectory or continue scaling. But this update now will also probably force you to be a bit more specific in how you're allocating the budgets between, for example, a PMax campaign and a standard shopping campaign, because now both have the same priority. You cannot really differentiate between both because both will end up spending money based on how good the quality of everything else is. All that's happening here is that you now have a bit more flexibility for campaign management, and it's actually simplifying the whole testing process as well. You don't have to really kind of go against standard shopping or really go against Performance Max. You can combine both strategies now and continue scaling your brand to the next level. But again, if you run a brand doing $1 million a year and you need extra help scaling your brand to the next level, go onto my website at yourmarketing.com and schedule a free call with me, and let's see if we can potentially work together and make that happen.